Good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Weekly Spark. So we're entering June, and it's a little crazy to me that the year is halfway over. So I'm a little overwhelmed, but the theme for this month is one of my absolute favorites, and I honestly could do a year's worth of this theme and never get bored. So the theme, if you haven't read the blog post with some of the reference material, is the moon. So first thing I pulled, I've got a stamp, I've got a stencil with the moon phases. It's probably hard to see on camera. There you go, the moon phases and the full moon. And I went through some of my folders of pulled collage materials and ephemera. I found this piece, which is probably from an old Oprah magazine, but I loved this sky fade and the starlit sky, and this quote by Joni Mitchell, "You've got to spread your light like blazes all across the sky." So this paired with the moon cycle, the phases of the moon stencil, kind of grabbed me. But then there were so many other things in my pile of ephemera. There was this great black and white image that I could transfer of the full moon. I've got some tarot cards from the Waite Smith deck, including the moon right here. A butterfly tape transfer waiting to be overlaid on top of something. Some regular Xeroxes with some moon faces in kind of a woodcut style. I, of course, was thinking of some kind of goddess in the moon, so I love this ancient Greek. I don't have a time reference, a date on it based on this text, but I love her. She'd be great inside like a circular form, as if she was Selene, the moon goddess. If you know me at all, obviously I think about the hair and the moon and its connection to myth as an archetype across the world. So we've got some hair images, but I've got some wolf images too, werewolves, howling at the moon. And then this woman sorting grains. It just grabbed me with this circle. Yeah, my dog's in the room. This circle that also could be a moon in some way. So that's more ideas than the 4 lessons I'm going to be filming this month. What I'm going to start with today, I might try to do this a little bit differently and work on this spread for today's lesson and next week's lesson. And so at some point in the middle, I'll just show you a to be continued and then show you the second stage later on. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to flow, but I wanted to try something a little bit different. Before I get started, excuse me, let me also show you these. These are backgrounds and some scrapbook collage fodder. They are from stomperia.com. I think I purchased them from Joggles. I can look that up for you. One of them is, it's just amazing collage fodder. Each one of these is stunning. Look at these galaxies and then the splatter and crackle and stencil over top. That's kind of where I want my collage page to go, and this is already a piece designed to be used. There are quite a few that have celestial motifs. This is like the surface of the moon. Here's a star chart of constellations, which is totally ringing my bell. In fact, that's what I did pull out of this other book. So that may show up in something. Something with, a lot of round motifs with this, and then with a full moon. So we'll see where that goes. But I'll try and find the link for these and post it in the comments below. For right now, it's a beautiful, warm day. I'm going to go ahead and get started, but I'm probably going to just let the YouTube music roll so that I can turn on my fan and not mind if the dog barks and stuff like that. So stay tuned, and let's get started on this first spread for the moon theme and the month of June. So I think this is a good place to stop for the first part. I've got my collage layers down. I have a nice mirror symmetry set up with the newspaper in the corners. And I have this gesso and golden paint and gel medium that needs to dry. So we're going to call this part 1. Please stay tuned next week for part 2, where I'm going to do some more collage on top and some stenciling and probably some stamping. This is awfully intense blue, so I'm going to want to tone that down, I think, and play up the more mellow teal that was in the original inspiration picture. As always, go ahead and do the YouTube things and like this video and subscribe to this channel if that works for you. But I definitely look forward to seeing you next week for the next installment in this moon spread.